Handicraft is one of the oldest traditions in India. Whether it is pottery, weaving, or jewelry making, we always feel proud of the golden history of Indian handicrafts. These handicrafts are ancestral and are thus transferred from one generation to the next. They actually uphold our rich culture and tradition. But the condition of the craftsmen is not as good as their handicrafts. Namaste and welcome to Hindi with Bindu Udayan, where you will be getting English explanation to your Hindi lessons. Our today's story is based on handicraft. The story is about an artisan. He is a manihar. Manihar is a person who makes bangles. Badlu is a manihar who makes bangles using lak. Do you know what is lak? Let me show you. You might have seen such bangles in the market, stone-studded or painted bangles. This red material is lak. Very hard and beautiful, isn't it? Let's know more about lak, bangles of lak, and the life of Badlu in Lak Ki Chuniyan, written by Kamta Nath.
Here is the second lesson from class 8th, Lakh Ki Chudiyan by Kamta Nath. Let's know about the author. सशक्त कथा शिल्पी के रूप में अपनी अलग पहचान बनाने वाले रचनाकार कामता नाथ का जन्म 22 सितंबर 1935 को लखनऊ उत्तर प्रदेश में हुआ. Kamta Nath was born on 22nd September 1935 in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. He is recognized as a strong storyteller. He has created stories on a platform different from his contemporary narrators, with class, consciousness, and revolutionary influences. He wrote 6 novels and 11 story collections. Some of his popular novels are समुद्र तट पर खुलने वाली खिड़की, सुबह होने तक, and एक और हिंदुस्तान. His famous stories include छुट्टियां, तीसरी सांस, सब ठीक हो जाएगा, शिकस्त, रिश्ते नाते, लाख की चूड़ियां, etc. He has received Pehal Samman, Mukti Bodh Award, Yashpal Award, Sahitya Bhushan and Mahatma Gandhi Samman from Uttar Pradesh Hindi Institute. He died on 6th December 2012 in Lucknow. Lakh Ki Chudiyan by Kamta Nath is the story of a manihar. Manihar is a bangle maker who makes bangles with lak. Let us know what is lak. Lak, or laksha is a natural commercial resin of animal origin. It is the secretion from a scale insect. It has a reddish or dark brown color. It is commonly used as a sealing wax. Lac is secreted by tiny lac insects belonging to a bug family. These crimson red plant-sucking tiny insects colonize the branches of selected species of host trees and secrete a natural scarlet resin known as lac or lac. Later, the different layers of resin residue coated on the branches of the host trees are scraped off as long sticks known as stick lac, crushed, sieved, and washed several times to remove impurities till it shows up its natural red color. Lac has diverse uses. It is used for making dyes, filling the hollow gold and silver ornaments, the making of bangles, etc. The fluid lac dye obtained by dissolving the crushed stick lac in water is called alakta or alta. This dye is applied by Indian women on hands and sole of feet. Making lac bangles is a traditional art. The lac bangles are vibrant manifestations of resin crafted by the artisans called manihar. They are among the oldest Indian jewelry items. The artisans usually manage with a singular stove with a metal plate on top and simple handmade wooden battens and tweezers. Roller pins are used to flatten the length of the solid poles and draw sheets out of the chunk of lac. Slender strips are then creased and cropped out of the flat sheet of lacquer and rolled into a bangle-like shape. The dimensions of these bangles are adjusted by mild heating on the stove and gentle molding over wooden battens of varying diameters called mungeri. And thus, beautiful lac bangles are made. They are either painted or decorated with colorful beads and stones. कामतानाथ की कहानी लाख की चूड़ियां एक कुशल कारीगर बदलू की कथा बयान करती है, जो एक पुश्तैनी मणिहार था। लाख की चूड़ियां, written by Kamtanath, is the story of Badlu, a skilled craftsman who had been pursuing his ancestral profession of bangle making. मशीनों के कारण उसका काम रुक गया और वह बेरोजगार हो गया। But the introduction of machines in this process of bangle making leaves him jobless and takes away from him his means of living. यह कथा शहरीकरण और औद्योगिक विकास के चलते गांव के उद्योग के खत्म होने के दुख को चित्रित करती है। The story rightly picturizes the transformation of the lives of villagers due to industrialization and urbanization. It depicts the end of the ancestral professions followed by the villagers due to industrialization and the misery and sorrow which fell upon their lives due to unemployment. लाख की चूड़ियां। सारे गांव में बदलू मुझे सबसे अच्छा आदमी लगता था, क्योंकि वह मुझे सुंदर सुंदर लाख की गोलियां बनाकर देता था। In the whole village, I liked Badlu the most because he used to make beautiful marbles with lac for me. मुझे अपने मामा के गांव जाने का सबसे बड़ा चाव यही था कि जब मैं वहां से लौटता था तो मेरे पास ढेर सारी गोलियां होती, रंग बिरंगी गोलियां जो किसी भी बच्चे का मन मोह ले। The reason I greatly wished to visit my uncle's village was that when I returned from there, I would have a lot of marbles, colorful lac marbles, which would fascinate any child. वैसे तो मेरे मामा के गांव का होने के कारण मुझे बदलू को बदलू मामा कहना चाहिए था, परंतु मैं उसे बदलू मामा न कहकर बदलू काका कहा करता था, जैसा कि गांव के सभी बच्चे उसे कहा करते थे। I should have called Badlu as Badlu Mama, as he was from my mama's, my maternal uncle's village, but I used to call him Badlu Kaka and not Badlu Mama, as all the children of the village used to call. बदलू का मकान कुछ ऊंचे पर बना था। मकान के सामने बड़ा सा सहन था जिसमें एक पुराना नीम का वृक्ष लगा था। Badlu's house was built on a high land. There was a big courtyard in front of his house where there was an old neem tree. उसी के नीचे बैठकर बदलू अपना काम किया करता था। He used to work under this tree. बगल में भट्टी दहकती रहती जिसमें वह लाख पिघलाया करता। The furnace or the brazier in which he would melt the lacquer or lac burned next to him. सामने एक लकड़ी की चौखट पड़ी रहती जिस पर लाख के मुलायम होने पर वह उसे सलाख के समान पतला करके चूड़ी का आकार देता। There was a wooden block on which he would roll the softened lac thinly like a rod and give it the shape of a bangle. पास में 4-6 विभिन्न आकार की बेलन नुमा मुंगेरियां रखी रहती जो आगे से कुछ पतली और पीछे से मोटी होती। There would be 4 to 6 cylindrical wooden battens. Those were thin in front and thick at the back. लाख की चूड़ी का आकार देकर वह उन्हें मुंगेरियों पर चढ़ाकर गोल और चिकना बनाता और तब एक एक कर पूरे हाथ की चूड़ियां बना चुकने के पश्चात वह उन पर रंग करता। After shaping the lac bangles, He would make them round and smooth by placing them on the wooden battens, mungeria, and then, after smoothing or finishing the bangles one by one for the entire hand, he would paint them, color them. बदलू यह कार्य सदा ही एक मचिए पर बैठकर किया करता था जो बहुत ही पुरानी थी. बदलू always used to do this work sitting on a machia which was very old. Machia is a woven small chair. बगल में ही उसका हुक्का रखा रहता जिसे वह बीच बीच में पीता रहता. His hookah which he smoked in between would be kept next to him. गांव में मेरा दोपहर का समय अधिकतर बदलू के पास बीतता. Most of my afternoons were spent with बदलू in the village. वह मुझे लल्ला कहा करता और मेरे पहुंचते ही मेरे लिए तुरंत एक मछिया मंगा देता. He used to call me Lalla and would immediately get a machia for me when I reached there. मैं घंटों बैठे बैठे उसे इस प्रकार चूड़ियां बनाते देखता रहता. I would sit for hours and watch him making bangles. लगभग रोज ही वह 4 से 6 जोड़े चूड़ियां बनाता. He made around 4 to 6 pairs of bangles every day. पूरा जोड़ा बना लेने पर वह उसे बेलन पर चढ़ाकर कुछ क्षण चुपचाप देखता रहता मानो वह बेलन न होकर किसी नव वधू की कलाई हो. After making the whole pair, he would put it on the cylindrical stand that is belan and observe them silently for a moment as if it was adorning the wrist of a new bride and not hanging on the stand. बदलू मनिहार था. बदलू was a manihar, a bangle maker. चूड़ियां बनाना उसका पैतृक पेशा था और वास्तव में वह बहुत ही सुंदर चूड़ियां बनाता था. Bangle making was his ancestral profession and in fact he used to make very beautiful bangles. उसकी बनाई हुई चूड़ियों की खपत भी बहुत थी. The demand for his bangles was also very high. उस गांव में तो सभी स्त्रियां उसकी बनाई हुई चूड़ियां पहनती ही थीं. आसपास के गांव के लोग भी उससे चूड़ियां ले जाते थे. Apart from all the women of his village, people from nearby villages also preferred to buy his bangles. परंतु वह कभी भी चूड़ियों को पैसों से बेचता न था. But he never sold bangles for money. उसका अभी तक वस्तु विनिमय का तरीका था. He still followed barter system. और लोग अनाज के बदले उससे चूड़ियां ले जाते थे and people used to take bangles from him in exchange for food grains. बदलू स्वभाव से बहुत सीधा था. मैंने कभी भी उसे किसी से झगड़ते नहीं देखा. बदलू was straightforward in nature. I have never seen him arguing or quarreling with anyone. हाँ, शादी विवाह के अवसरों पर वह अवश्य जिद पकड़ जाता था. But he used to get stubborn on occasions like marriage. जीवन भर चाहे कोई उससे मुफ्त चूड़ियां ले जाए, परंतु विवाह के अवसर पर वह सारी कसर निकाल देता था. One may take free bangles from him throughout his life, but things were different on the occasion of marriage. He used to fulfill all his demands. आखिर सुहाग के जोड़े का महत्व ही और होता है. After all, the importance of the pair of bangles made for an auspicious occasion like marriage is different. मुझे याद है मेरे मामा के यहाँ किसी लड़की के विवाह पर जरा सी किसी बात पर बिगड़ गया था और फिर उसको मनाने में लोहे लग गए थे. I still remember an incident when on a marriage occasion at my uncle's village, he became upset for a small matter and it took a great effort to persuade him. विवाह में इसी जोड़े का मूल्य इतना बढ़ जाता था कि उसके लिए उसकी घरवाली को सारे वस्त्र मिलते, ढेरों अनाज मिलता, उसको अपने लिए पगड़ी मिलती और रुपए जो मिलते सो अलग. The value of a pair of bangles increased so much at the time of marriages that it would provide his wife with new clothes, they would get a lot of grains, and he would get a new turban for himself. In addition to all this, he would get money too. यदि संसार में बदलू को किसी बात से चिढ़ थी तो वो थी कांच की चूड़ियों से. If Badlu was irritated by anything in this world, it was glass bangles. यदि किसी भी स्त्री के हाथों में उसे कांच की चूड़ियां दिख जाती तो वह अंदर ही अंदर कुढ़ उठता और कभी-कभी तो दो चार बातें भी सुना देता. If he saw glass bangles in the hands of any woman, he would get annoyed and become jealous at heart, and sometimes even went to the extent of criticizing them. मुझसे तो वह घंटों बातें किया करता. He would talk to me for hours. कभी मेरी पढ़ाई के बारे में पूछता, कभी मेरे घर के बारे में और कभी यूं ही शहर के जीवन के बारे में. Sometimes he would ask about my studies, about my home, and sometimes about the life in the cities. मैं उससे कहता कि शहर में सब लोग कांच की चूड़ियां पहनते हैं, तो वो उत्तर देता, शहर की बात और है लल्ला, वहां तो सभी कुछ होता है. When I told him that everyone wears glass bangles in the city, he would answer, things are different in cities, lalla. Everything can happen there. Everything is possible there. वहां तो औरतें अपने मर्द का हाथ पकड़कर सड़कों पर घूमती भी हैं. Women in cities even roam on the roads holding on to their husbands' hands. और फिर उनकी कलाइयां नाजुक होती है ना. Moreover, their arms are too delicate. लाख की चूड़ियां पहनी तो मोच ना आ जाए. Won't they get sprained if they wear lakh bangles? कभी-कभी बदलू मेरी अच्छी खासी खातिर भी करता. Sometimes बदलू would host me well. जिन दिनों उसकी गाय के दूध होता, वह सदा मेरे लिए मलाई बचा कर रखता और आम की फसल में तो मैं रोज ही उसके यहाँ से 2-4 आम खा आता. On those days when his cow used to give milk, he would keep cream for me. And during mango harvest, I would eat 2 to 4 mangoes every day from there. परंतु इन सब बातों के अतिरिक्त जिस कारण वह मुझे अच्छा लगता था, वो ये था कि लगभग रोज ही वह मेरे लिए 1 या 2 गोलियां बना देता. But in addition to all these things, the reason I liked him the most was that he would make 1 or 2 marbles for me almost every day. मैं बहुधा हर गर्मी की छुट्टी में अपने मामा के यहाँ चला जाता और 1-8 महीने वहां रहकर स्कूल खुलने के समय तक वापस आ जाता. I would often visit my uncle's village every summer vacation, stay there for a month or 2 and return by the time the school reopens. परंतु 2-3 बार ही मैं अपने मामा के यहाँ गया होऊंगा. तभी मेरे पिता की एक दूर के शहर में बदली हो गई और एक लंबी अवधि तक मैं अपने मामा के गांव न जा सका. But I had visited my uncle's village hardly twice or thrice. When my father was transferred to a distant city and for a long period I could not visit my uncle's place. तब लगभग 8-10 वर्षों के बाद जब मैं वहां गया तो इतना बड़ा हो चुका था कि लाख की गोलियों में मेरी रुचि नहीं रह गई थी. And then about 8 to 10 years later, when I went there, I had grown up so much that I was no more interested in lakh marbles. अतः गांव में होते हुए भी कई दिनों तक मुझे बदलू का ध्यान नहीं आया. So despite being in the village, I was not reminded of Badlu for many days. इस बीच मैंने देखा कि गांव में लगभग सभी स्त्रियां कांच की चूड़ियां पहने हैं. Meanwhile, I noticed one thing, that all women in the village were wearing glass bangles now. विरले ही हाथों में मैंने लाख की चूड़ियां देखी. I rarely saw lakh bangles in any hands. तब एक दिन सहसा मुझे बदलू का ध्यान हो आया. Then one day suddenly I remembered बदलू. बात यह हुई कि बरसात में मेरे मामा की छोटी लड़की आंगन में फिसलकर गिर पड़ी और उसके हाथ की कांच की चूड़ी टूटकर उसकी कलाई में घुस गई और उससे खून बहने लगा. Actually, one day, as it was raining, my uncle's youngest daughter slipped and fell in the courtyard, and the glass bangles in her wrist broke, causing a cut and bleeding on her wrist. मेरे मामा उस समय घर पर नहीं थे। मुझे ही उसकी मरहम पट्टी करनी पड़ी। Uncle was not at home and I had to do the first aid, the bandage for her. तभी सहसा मुझे बदलू का ध्यान हो आया और मैंने सोचा कि उससे मिल आऊं। Suddenly I remembered Badlu and thought of meeting him. अतः शाम को मैं घूमते घूमते उसके घर चला गया। So while taking a stroll in the evening, I went to his house. बदलू वहीं चबूतरे पर नीम के नीचे एक खाट पर लेटा था। बदलू was lying there on a cot placed on the platform under the neem tree. नमस्ते बदलू काका, मैंने कहा। नमस्ते बदलू काका, I greeted him. नमस्ते भैया, उसने मेरी नमस्ते का उत्तर दिया और उठकर खाट पर बैठ गया। नमस्ते भैया, he answered my greetings, got up and sat on the cot. परंतु उसने मुझे पहचाना नहीं और देर तक मेरी ओर निहारता रहा। But he did not recognize me and kept staring at me for long. मैं हूं जनार्दन काका, आपके पास से गोलियां बनवा कर ले जाता था। मैंने अपना परिचय दिया। काका, आई एम जनार्दन। आई यूज्ड टू गेट lakh marbles made from you. I introduced myself. बदलू फिर भी चुप रहा। बदलू still remained silent. मानो वह अपने स्मृति पटल पर अतीत के चित्र उतार रहा हो, as if he is trying to draw the pictures of the past on his memory board. He was trying to recollect the past. और तब वह एकदम बोल पड़ा and then he said immediately, आओ आओ लल्ला, बैठो, come लल्ला, sit down. बहुत दिन बाद गांव आए. It has been a long time that you had come to the village. हाँ, इधर आना नहीं हो सका काका. Yes काका, I could not come here. मैंने चारपाई पर बैठते हुए उत्तर दिया. I answered sitting on the bed. कुछ देर फिर शांति रही। There was silence again for some time. मैंने इधर उधर दृष्टि दौड़ाई। I looked around here and there. ना तो मुझे उसकी मचिया ही नजर आई, ना ही भट्टी। I saw neither his मचिया nor his furnace. आजकल काम नहीं करते काका? मैंने पूछा। काका, don't you work nowadays? I asked. नहीं लल्ला, काम तो कई साल से बंद है। No लल्ला, I have stopped the work since a long time. मेरी बनाई हुई चूड़ियां कोई पूछे तब तो। Nobody asks for my bangles anymore. गांव-गांव में कांच का प्रचार हो गया है। Glass bangles are in trend. They have become popular in all the villages. वह कुछ देर चुप रहा, फिर बोला। He kept quiet for some time and then he said, मशीन युग है ना यह लल्ला, आजकल सब काम मशीन से होता है। It's the age of machines लल्ला. Nowadays everything is done with machines. खेत भी मशीन से जोते जाते हैं। Even the fields are plowed using machines. और फिर जो सुंदरता कांच की चूड़ियों में होती है, लाख में कहाँ संभव है। Moreover, how is the beauty of glass bangles possible in lakh bangles? लेकिन कांच बड़ा खतरनाक होता है, बड़ी जल्दी टूट जाता है, मैंने कहा। But glass is very dangerous. It breaks easily, I said. नाजुक तो फिर होता ही है लल्ला. Yes, it is fragile लल्ला. कहते कहते उसे खांसी आ गई और वह देर तक खांसता रहा. Saying so, he started coughing and kept coughing for long. मुझे लगा उसे दमा है. I thought that he had asthma. अवस्था के साथ साथ उसका शरीर ढल चुका था. His health had deteriorated along with his economic condition. उसके हाथों पर और माथे पर नसें उभर आई थीं. Veins erupted on his hands and forehead. जाने कैसे उसने मेरी शंका भांप ली और बोला, दमा नहीं है मुझे, फसली खांसी है. Somehow he sensed my doubt and said, I don't have asthma. It's just an allergic cough. यही महीने 2 महीने से आ रही है. It started just a month or two ago. 10-15 दिन में ठीक हो जाएगी. It will be cured in 10 to 15 days. मैं चुप रहा. I remained quiet. मुझे लगा उसके अंदर कोई बहुत बड़ी व्यथा छिपी है. I felt as if some great grief was hidden inside him. मैं देर तक सोचता रहा कि इस मशीन युग ने कितने हाथ काट दिए हैं. I kept thinking and wondering for long how this era of machines had cut down many a working hands. The machines have taken away the livelihood of many. The works which were done with hands earlier are done on machines now, due to which many people have lost their job. Badlu too was the victim of this situation. He had lost his job and was bound to lead the life of poverty and unemployment now. This was the great grief hidden inside him, which he was not able to hide. कुछ देर फिर शांति रही जो मुझे अच्छी नहीं लगी. There was silence again for some time, which I did not like. आम की फसल अब कैसी है काका? कुछ देर पश्चात मैंने बात का विषय बदलते हुए पूछा. How is the mango harvest, काका? I asked, changing the subject, the topic of the conversation. अच्छी है लल्ला, बहुत अच्छी है, उसने लहक कर उत्तर दिया. Oh, it's good, very good लल्ला, बदलू answered excitedly. और अंदर अपनी बेटी को आवाज दी. अरे रज्जो, लल्ला के लिए आम तो ले आ. And then he called out for his daughter inside. अरे रज्जो, ओ रज्जो, bring mangoes for लल्ला. फिर मेरी ओर मुखातिब होकर बोला, माफ करना लल्ला, तुम्हें आम खिलाना तो भूल गया था. And then facing me, he said, sorry lalla, I forgot to give you mangoes. नहीं नहीं काका, आम तो इस साल बहुत खाए हैं. No no काका, I had enough mangoes this year. वाह वाह, बिना आम खिलाए कैसे जाने दूंगा तुमको? That's great. How can I let you go without eating mangoes? मैं चुप हो गया. I just kept quiet. मुझे वे दिन याद हो आए जब वह मेरे लिए मलाई बचा कर रखता था. I remembered the days when he used to save milk cream for me. गाय तो अच्छी है ना काका? मैंने पूछा. And then I asked, is the cow doing good काका? गाय कहाँ है लल्ला? 2 साल हुए बेच दी, कहाँ से खिलाता? Where is the cow लल्ला? I sold it 2 years ago. How could I feed it? इतने में रज्जो, उसकी बेटी, अंदर से एक डलिया में ढेर से आम ले आई. Meanwhile, Rajjo, his daughter, brought so many mangoes in a small basket. ये तो बहुत हैं काका, इतने कहाँ खा पाऊंगा? मैंने कहा. Oh, this is too much काका. How can I eat so much? I said. वाह वाह, वो हंस पड़ा. शहरी ठहरे ना. He laughed. You stay in the city, right? ओहो, मैं तुम्हारी उम्र का था तो इसके चौगुने आम एक बखत में खा जाता था. When I was of your age, I would eat 4 times these number of mangoes. आप लोगों की बात और है, मैंने उत्तर दिया. You people are different, काका, I answered. अच्छा बेटी, लल्ला को 4-5 आम छांट कर दो. ओके बेटी, sort out 4 or 5 mangoes for लल्ला. सिंदूरी वाले देना. Give those सिंदूरी ones, those red mangoes. देखो लल्ला कैसे हैं, इसी साल यह पेड़ तैयार हुआ है. लल्ला, check how it is. This tree bore fruits this year. रज्जो ने 4-5 आम अंजलि में लेकर मेरी ओर बढ़ा दिए. Rajju took 4 to 5 mangoes in her hands, in her palm, Anjali, and extended it towards me. आम लेने के लिए मैंने हाथ बढ़ाया. As I extended my hands to take the mangoes, तो मेरी निगाह एक क्षण के लिए उसके हाथों पर ठिठक गई. I kept looking at her hands for a moment. गोरी गोरी कलाइयों पर लाख की चूड़ियां बहुत ही फब रही थीं. Lakh bangles were looking beautiful in her fair hands. बदलू ने मेरी दृष्टि देख ली और बोल पड़ा. बदलू saw me gazing at the bangles and he said, यही आखिरी जोड़ा बनाया था जमींदार साहब की बेटी के विवाह पर. This was the last pair of bangles I made for the marriage of जमींदार साहब's daughter. 10 आने पैसे मुझको दे रहे थे. He was paying just 10 annas for this. मैंने जोड़ा नहीं दिया. I refused to give. कहा शहर से ले आओ. And I asked him to get it from the city. मैंने आम ले लिए और खाकर थोड़ी देर पश्चात चला आया. I took the mangoes and returned from there after eating them. मुझे प्रसन्नता हुई कि बदलू ने हार कर भी हार नहीं मानी थी. I was feeling happy that बदलू did not give up even after losing everything. उसका व्यक्तित्व कांच की चूड़ियों जैसा नहीं था कि आसानी से टूट जाए. His personality was not delicate and fragile like glass bangles that would break easily. It was strong like a lakh bangle. He did not give up in his difficult situation. इस कहानी में लेखक विपरीत परिस्थितियों में भी अपने उसूल को न त्यागने की सीख देता है. हमें जीवन में कभी हार नहीं माननी चाहिए. In this story, the writer emphasizes the need to be oneself. Even during the toughest times, one has to keep up his identity no matter how difficult the times are. We must never give up, no matter however testing the times are. Indian handicrafts showcase the rich culture and heritage of our nation. Through these crafts, the artisans carry a legacy of their land, which is forwarded to the next generation. Urbanization and industrialization has overshadowed such handicrafts that serve as a source of livelihood to most of the communities in Indian villages. Most of the traditional Indian handicrafts collapsed with the outbreak of industrialization. This was mainly due to the competition posed by the machine-made goods, which forced many a craftsman to abandon their ancestral trade that destroyed the self-sufficient village economy. Traditional handicrafts have immense potential to contribute to the growth and development of national economy by providing financial aids, opening outlets to sell these handicrafts at places of touristic attraction, making attractive websites showing these handicrafts, organizing handicraft fair, and by providing technical support. Government is taking necessary steps to promote the handicrafts sector, and we too can promote them by preferring such products. Let's do some revision now. लेखक बदलू को क्या कहकर बुलाता था? What did the writer call बदलू? बदलू रोज लगभग कितने जोड़े चूड़ियां बनाता था? How many pairs of bangles did बदलू make every day? बदलू को किस बात से चिढ़ थी? What was बदलू irritated with? बदलू चूड़ियों के बदले क्या लेता था? What did बदलू take in exchange for bangles? बदलू का पैतृक पेशा क्या था? What was the ancestral profession of बदलू? बदलू के मकान के सामने कौन सा वृक्ष लगा था? Which tree was planted in front of बदलू's house? बदलू ने आखिरी जोड़ा किसके लिए बनाया था? For whom did बदलू make the last pair of lakh bangles? चूड़ियां बनाने वाले को क्या कहते हैं? What is a bangle maker called? That was लाख की चूड़ियां by Kamta Nath. Hope you have understood the explanation. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you again in the next video with a new lesson.